Hey friends, today I'm going to read another new book. I keep getting new books called Giant Squid. The author's name is Candace Fleming and the illustrator is Eric Rohmann. Now this is a true nonfiction science book, but it's illustrated instead of having pictures because we don't have almost any pictures of giant squids. They're very elusive and we really haven't known much about them until around 2012. People were able to finally capture them on camera, but we don't have very many images. I'm going to try to attach an image to the lesson that I post so you can maybe see what they look like. It's not a very great image. I'm not sure if it's going to work out. So I'm going to read this book. The problem is it's a very dark book and the glare is really bad, so I'm going to do my best. But if you can't see it well and you're interested in giant squid, you can always check it out. And it also won an award for being such a great science book. So Giant Squid. Down in the depths of the down the depths of the sunless sea, deep in the cold dark, creatures strange and fearsome lurk. With writhing arms and ghastly lidless eyes they glide, some large as buses, some weighing a ton. Can you imagine large as a bus? My goodness. Some big yet rarely seen. Instead, they are merely glimpsed now and then from the prow of a ship from a rocky seashore through the lens of an underwater camera. Who are these giants of the dark seas? How do they hunt? How do they eat? How do they breed? It is a mystery. After all, how can you know about an animal hidden from view? You must rely on clues, as scientists do, clues left behind by the creatures themselves, a tentacle, an eye, pieces found around the world, found over centuries by whalers and sailors and people walking the beach. You examine each piece, questioning and guessing and wondering at the weirdness of these baffling beasts. Beast we call Giant Squid. See if you can see that better. Here are the tentacles too, curling and twisting and 30 feet long, waiting for a passing fish, another squid, anything swimming by. Can you see the suckers on the tentacles? The tentacles seize their prey. They surround their thrashing meal. They latch on with powerful sucker-studded clubs. Row after row of suckers ringed with saw-like teeth that rip into skin and hold on tight. 8 coiling arms join in, pushing the prey to its beak. Let's see if you can see that better. I'm having a very hard time with the reflection today. I apologize. The beak. Can you see it? Let's see. We can turn it. There, that's better. Does it remind you of a parrot's beak? It does me. That's why they call it a beak, I guess. The beak, bone hard and parrot-like, it sits in the center of those 8 slithering arms, protruding from the creature's mouth, rotating from side to side, ripping apart prey. And what lies behind the beak? A dark hole, the mouth. And inside the mouth, a terrifying tongue-like ribbon of muscle covered with sharp, tiny blades that slice and grind, file the food into a pasty sludge easy for the giant squid to digest. Wow. Look at that eye. Isn't it huge? In the murk, an eye, round, unblinking, some as big as soccer balls. Think about that. I know a lot of you play soccer. Think about a soccer ball and having an eye that big. That's incredible. The biggest eyes on the planet. Why? So it can spy pinpoints of light in its pitch black world, glints, flickers, set off by tiny creatures, jellyfish and krill. Disturbed by a diving sperm whale, their flashes create a shimmering outline, faint, so faint. Now, giant squids live at the very bottom of the ocean where it's pitch dark, so they have to have a really big eye, so any little bit of light they can see. But not too faint for the big-eyed squid. The outline is a warning. Time to flee, sucking water into its body and squirting it out. The creature jets away. So he doesn't want to be eaten by a whale, so he jets away. Danger past, alone once more in the murky depths, the creature floats, rising and falling at will. The squid is pinkish purple now, but any second it could change color. Maybe pale yellow, maybe silvery gray, maybe red with brown stripes or orange with black dots. Which colors, which patterns? It's another mystery. And why do they change? Maybe to impress a mate. So they can turn different colors. It's very interesting. And another book I read, sometimes maybe they change colors because of the way they feel. Where does the female squid lay her eggs? How long does it take them to hatch? More unanswered questions. Still more mystery. Yet one day, a baby giant squid hatches from its egg. Teensy tiny, just 2 inches long. In the ocean, it is dangerous to be bite-sized. Why do you think it's dangerous to be bite-sized? You think someone might want to eat them? So 2 inches is about like this. That's how little they are. Now, when they grow up, they could be as big as a school bus. Think about that. That's pretty crazy. So this is what they look like when they're babies. Watch out for that barracuda, quick! Can you see this stuff? So they spray ink out of their body. And when they do that, that's one way they protect themselves. So if they spray out a bunch of ink, do you think the barracudas be able to find them? Probably not. Ink! Look at it all. See, it's very hard to see because it's so dark. That's what it would be like if you're in the ocean, I guess. And there it is again. Let me see if I can tilt it just a little bit. It's very difficult to see, even for me, because it's just so dark. And you can barely see the squid. Just a little bit, let's see. So this is kind of cool. This opens up so you can see better. Now you can see it better. And let me open the other side. Look at all those tentacles. Isn't that cool? And there's the squid. It's very hard to learn about something that you can hardly ever see because they live so deep in the ocean and they're very elusive, which means they're hard to find. It's gone. And now he's swimming away. He got away because he's put all that ink into the water and then the predator couldn't find him. So as all good nonfiction books, they have more information in the back of the book. So here they have a drawing of what a squid looks like, and then they have all the different body parts labeled, and they have a paragraph of information. So if you ever want to check out this book, you can get more information. So they have the fins, the mantle, the funnel, the eyes, the tentacles, the arms, and the beak. So I'm not going to read each paragraph because it would take too long, but you can always check out this book and read about it yourself. And then they have a whole page of information called The Mysterious Giant Squid. And then they have a bibliography that shows all the books that they use to learn about the giant squid. And it also tells you some things that you can find online about giant squids. So if you would like to check out this book and learn more, I think you should. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this book. I love the ocean. I just think it's such a beautiful place, and I love to think about all the creatures that live underneath it. And the giant squid is the most mysterious because we just don't know that much about him. So I hope you enjoyed the story. Happy reading, friends.